DJ, you go crazy.
Um, definitely it's like one of those pivotal deaths in our community, in our city, in our Chicago culture.
Right.
And it's 10 years ago. 10 years ago next week. When you hear about who was responsible for the untimely death of your daughter, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, kind of when it first happened, I already knew who was responsible from everybody being out there, because she wasn't the only one that was out there. It was like 20 people on the scene. So from jump, I knew who it was. The internet and the world ain't know who it's supposed to be in, allegedly, until FBI dropped the files, public record. But in the beginning, I knew, my you know what I'm saying, I don't have no hatred or none of that towards nobody. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel either way swayed about it, like, because losing a child, period, at whatever point or age or however, it's hurt. You know what I'm saying? My heart goes out to the mother, and the family and the kids, because they the ones, gonna be affected by it. But I didn't feel either way about it. I honestly had, before the untimely death of the person, I honestly had forgave the person in my heart. I used to tell people, I ain't mad at my daughter. I ain't mad at the killer. I ain't mad at nobody. This is, this life. It's a sad, situation and, circumstance, but it's life. Like, so I wasn't mad. I didn't feel me holding hatred in my heart what helped me to heal. So I wasn't mad at nobody. I wasn't, when I found, when I heard who it was from the jump, I was like, all right, so a lot of when it came out to public, a lot of motherfuckers just like, oh no, that ain't true, they got the, I guess, public record where it's in FBI files. Oh, and then, motherfuckers would come to me like, oh, so-and-so did this to your daughter, and oh, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I told y'all that from the jump, you know what I'm saying? I told the homicide detectives, you know what I'm saying, who it was and where they was at, and even though after her death, stuff still went on, because I don't know if they weren't doing their job or what was going on, but it was still stuff going on, so, I you know what I'm saying, I don't, I pray for everybody, you, me, them, so I don't feel like a certain kind of way where I want to be like F so-and-so and this and that, it's just, it is what it is, Yeah.
There was obviously a lot of speculation about, who did it. And, the news had came out not too long ago.
Right. About probably a couple years ago.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
After the,
Because actually, the documentary, the person was in the documentary.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, that's crazy. Like, then now that part kind of pissed me off a little bit.
That had to tweak you out,
right? Now, I ain't gonna lie. That right there, that part, it kind of pissed me off. Kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Because it was like at the time, that person was laughing about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, trying to act like they wasn't involved in it. It was just like, now that part pissed me off. But, because at first, when they was like, it's a documentary coming out, you know what I'm saying? Because A&E ain't reach out to me about it.
Okay.
So that's why I wasn't involved. So whoever they talked to, that's who they reached out to. But my number ain't changed in 15 years. So I don't know why not. But, they was like, yeah, it's a documentary coming out. So at first I didn't want to watch it because I was like, you know what I'm saying? So it took me a while, but I watched it all the way through. And when I did, and I synced that portion of it, I just was like, you got to be bullshitting me. Like, for real? And then, you know what I'm saying, the statements that the person was making, like, you know what I'm saying, I tried to holler at a motherfucking ooh. So you mean to tell me you was going to fuck a stud? You was going to fuck with a stud? You know what I'm saying? But, that's the only part I could say that kind of like made me just, kind of But you know, if I watch it right now today, it don't even bother me like that no more. But when it first initially aired and you know what I'm saying, it came out, I was a little ticked about that.
Yeah.
I was a little ticked, but you know, time went on, it don't even bother me no more.
Yeah.
Cause my whole thing was like the audacity. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna have the audacity? You know what I'm saying? These people done reached out to you, because somebody had to reach out to you and say, we doing this, woo woo. And I know for sure the only reason they reached out to the person is because they knew the person was allegedly involved. So I think all that was a setup. You know what I'm saying? The person is allegedly involved. You know, this the word on the street. The person is allegedly involved. Let's reach out to this person and see what they have to say. So I think that was a setup, overplay for the underplay. Like, and I don't even know why the person fell for no goofy ass shit like that. You know, they know what the fuck going on. They gonna have you come on national TV and say, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I already knew like that was a whole type of what you want to say, like not viewers, but like airtime and you know what I'm saying, broadcasting thing and make it big and we got so and so on here. You know
that was ratings.
Ratings. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, but you know that was some ratings type shit because they knew who the fuck they was interviewing
for sure,
and they knew what the involvement supposed to be in. So
sure.
Yeah, but yeah, it ticked me off in the beginning, but now I could watch it over and over again. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like other stuff in there they was talking about. A lady who was like a gang girl herself was in there. You know what I'm saying? It was other, you know, people on there too. So yeah, it don't bother me like that. But initially, yeah, that kind of like put a sting.
I can imagine, you know.
Yeah, that did.
I can imagine knowing that this is the person that's responsible for my daughter's death and he's on A&E. That's a major cable network.
Right.
But even still, I wouldn't give a damn if he was on Instagram or ABC. It don't matter, you know.
Right.
The fact that he sat on camera and talked about it, I can understand how that would have made you or anybody that's, you know, close or related to K.I. would feel.
Right.
But I want to salute you one more time on your strength because I'm picking it up right now.
Thank
you know,
you.
as
Thank
you
you
talking to me about it and walking me through it, you know.
Thank you.
You are a very courageous person. So when the news came out that this is who was responsible, did you like feel any sense of justice satisfaction, knowing that, you know, okay, they finally, you know, let it be known?
Yeah, I felt like just a relief, like that the world knew. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't just some that the hood was making up. You know what I'm saying? The world gonna know now. You know, that I felt like, okay, but my whole thing was, I guess they had to wait to the after effect, because why y'all just ain't say that from the beginning?
Right.
You know, and you had caught the person before with the same murder weapon that they used for my daughter. Why you just ain't say that before? You know what I'm saying? Or why you didn't even take them into custody on the sense of that? You know, so like I say, I don't know if somebody dropped the ball, somebody wasn't doing their job, or it was all a whole setup to take my daughter out. You know what I'm saying? I got a whole lot of conspiracy theories I think about, you know, because I was hearing a lot of stuff in the hood. You know what I'm saying? And seeing and knowing a lot of stuff from the hood. So, you know.
Because I heard about one conspiracy in which you felt like the police probably dropped Kyra off in the alley. Yeah,
they dropped her off in O Block before.
Right.
They literally.
And that's something that the police do.
Yeah, they literally like picked her up off the block, fuck with her, rode her around for a minute, but when they took her in O Block and they told her get out the car. And she like, man, I'm not getting out in here, you know, and they made her get out. Yep. And of course, you know what I'm saying, they knew she ain't had nothing on her because they searched her before she got in the car. And she like, I'm not finna get, so she ended up getting out. So once she got out, you know what I'm saying, I ain't gonna lie, she took off. She took off running back to the block. You know what I'm saying? And told the guys, like, man, these bitch ass niggas just dropped me off in there. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I say, like, it's crazy how everything went, because it was like, you know what I'm saying, the police was doing shit. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, I don't know if they was just targeting, you know what I'm saying, the EBT boys and the STL boys and all, you know what I'm saying, the FBG, you know what I'm saying? But y'all letting these other people over here do all this other stuff. Ain't nobody running up in there locking nobody up. They come blowing at them. They go blowing back, but y'all locking our people up. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, what the fuck really going on? You know, is this some New Jack City type shit? You know, but yeah, it went down with a lot of it about it, you know, but, you know, I want to say like a week or two, like maybe 2 weeks before her death, they had a road on the block. So it was another incident involved with the police, you know what I'm saying, murdered someone in the area. So, you know, they had on some like FCPDK shirts, you know what I'm saying? So she had on one. So, you know, they rode on the block. The officer was like, take that shirt off. She was like, I'm not taking nothing off. You know, they got down on her, take that motherfucking shirt off now. Ooh, made us come up out her whole shirt. She ain't have on nothing but a bra, a sports bra. You know what I'm saying? Now she out there, no shirt on. So one of the guys gave us a t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? They took the shirt off, ripped it up, whoa, stomped it all on the ground. Whoa. You know, it ain't no FCPDK and all that, you know. So, you know, that incident I felt like was a violation of human rights. You gonna make me get naked in the street for what? I ain't got nothing on me. You ain't caught me with no drugs, no guns. I ain't doing, I'm standing out here with my people. So I'll end up going down to police headquarters like 2 weeks, like a week and a half or two before that happened. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna file a complaint with the Fraternal Order of Police. You know what I'm saying? And then they was like they was sending me through all types of, you know, you got to go here and you got to do that and this and that and this and that, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of left it alone, you know what I'm saying? But I know what happened, you know what I'm saying? I went right down on 35th, man, to the headquarters. I want to file a complaint on such and such officer. You know, they gave me the runaround with it. So after I think they was giving me the runaround with it, I'm like, I see what this is, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of left it alone, you know, and then like week and a half later, you know what I'm saying, this happened to her, you know what I'm saying? Then at the time that it happened, that happened to her on the 64th end, like towards 65th.
So going south.
Yeah, so she at the end of the block, like the last numbers, 40-something, 50-something.
Right.
But she walked past a police car, which was sitting at the other end of the block, the north end of the block, 64th Street.
Okay.
When this happened, they come through, whatever, shots rang out. The police, you at the other end of the block. You know, Chicago block's not really that long. You can run down the block in less than 2 minutes. And it's like, how y'all ain't catch this person? He hit my daughter 7 times. He hit my daughter 7 times. He hit Butter 1 time. But he had let off more shots than that. It's just that what had hit. Because matter of fact, he hit Butter 1 time. He hit one of the guys on the porch in the foot 1 time. He hit my daughter 7 times. So you couldn't bag up, because they was at the other end of the corner. You couldn't bag up and came down the block, and you know what I'm saying? So I just feel like all of that mixed in. That part didn't sit right with me, but that's Chicago.
Yeah, for sure. And I guess the police say they don't get paid to prevent crime. They get paid to react to it.
Right. And the thing was, it wasn't even that you ain't prevented. You didn't even react to it. That's my whole thing. You ain't even do your job that you getting paid for. So, of course, you wouldn't have been able to prevent it unless you set it up or had the person, you know what I'm saying? You was on the person payroll. So, of course, you ain't going to be able to prevent it, but you ain't even react to it. You know what I'm saying? Even after the fact of the funeral or the all that, and you catch this person 2 months later, finna come back on the block and take care of some more people, you catch them with the murder weapon, and you still don't react and do your job? That's my whole thing. You still ain't react and do your job. When your job was put, when all your evidence and all your stuff was put right in front of you. But you gonna wait till the person gone and then say, oh, that was the person. So you got paid to do that after the fact. Is what I ain't understand. Right. So.
DJ, you go crazy.